Hey artists, today I want to talk to you about your Kaleidocycle template and specifically how you can use tracing paper and a pencil to make copies of designs go more easily. So I'm going to show you not only with a symmetrical design, but a design that is not symmetrical. So I have this design here that's simply an example design that says word. If you have writing or anything that's not the same, if you flip it over, so it's not symmetrical, you want to make sure that you follow this technique. So I begin by drawing the outside of the diamond on the Kaleidocycle template, or the two triangles smushed together. And then you're going to trace over your design in pencil. So this technique only actually works with real pencil. So I'm using a wooden pencil, not a pen, marker, colored pencil. So you can see I have a copy of my design on one side of the tracing paper. If I were to flip it, which is usually part of the process, my word would be backwards. So I need to apply pencil to the back side of my design. So tracing paper doesn't allow pencil to magically go through the paper, but it kind of like rubs off the underside of the paper. And in order for that to happen, there has to be lead there to rub off. So I'm going to trace over the back of my design so that there is lead to transfer to the paper underneath. All right, so you'll notice I did that in a spare place or on a scrap paper because it will make a light copy of my assignment. So now I can place my design where it needs to go on the Kaleidocycle template. If you have tape to tape things in place, that will help you very much. But I have no problem using my non-drawing hand, which is my left, to hold my paper in place and drawing with my right hand. Some people really struggle with that. So if that's you, please find a way to hold your paper down with tape or paper clips or something so that you can trace. I'm going to trace over all of my lines. I'm going to press a little bit harder than I normally would so that when I lift that tracing paper, do you see it's made a copy of my design? Some places I didn't get very well, so I can touch those back up, but you can see my word has been repeated, and I would use that tracing paper to now make a third copy of the exact same thing without having to think about it too much. Now you can also use this for a design that is symmetrical or reflects across that center line of these diamonds. So in order to do that, I'm going to trace out this part of the design that's going to be symmetrical and reflect. So tracing over all of those shapes as well as the sides of that triangle so I can align things really well. And then as soon as I'm done tracing that, I don't have to do the in-between step of putting lead on the back because now I'm going to flip it. See how the lead side I just drew on is facing down? And I can line that up in the other triangle where it will repeat and trace over the back of that. And because there's pencil on the bottom already, remember it does not go through the paper, it will rub off and give me a perfect mirror image reflection of the design that was on the other side. Yes, sometimes it's a little light, but it's super helpful, especially on this template where you have these end triangles where designs have been broken into two. So I don't have to worry about trying to draw something that will connect up well across these broken diamonds, if you will, on the second row and the fourth row. But I can use my tracing paper, flipping it back and forth to get the exact right design in the exact right spot so that when I eventually put this template together and get a finished one, the design puts itself back together, just like any of the others that were drawn all together from the very start. So that is how you can use tracing paper to fill out your finished Kaleidocycle template and make things go a little bit easier.